Hello coolers, welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with a Bayern-Barcelona encounter in the Champions League tomorrow Tuesday, talking about the president of Bayern Munich, who have recently been talking about that enticing game coming up by saying that Barca are coming back stronger. Of course, this comes after the sporting director himself of Bayern had some comments about the game earlier yesterday. We are going to be discussing on what the president of Bayern had to say about the encounter. Then secondly, talking about Ricky Puig. Ricky Puig might not be a Barca player, but it's really interesting to see how Ricky Puig have been on fire currently at his new club LA Galaxy in the MLS. Of course, the player is doing some wonders there. And of course, Spanish publication Sport have revealed how Ricky Puig is progressing so well at his new club MLS. We're also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into that story, please endeavor to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca, Barca, Barca. Ahead of Bayern Munich's high-profile UEFA Champions League encounter against FC Barcelona at the Allianz Arena tomorrow Tuesday, the German club's president Herbert Hainer sat down for an interview with Sport. Talking about the upcoming clash, Hainer insisted that while Barcelona might have had difficulties against his team in the recent past, the match on Tuesday will hardly be anything like that. He said, Barca are coming back, they have a great team even now, and they are such a big club. Further talking about the game, he added, I don't think it will repeat itself. Back then in 2020, we caught Barcelona at a good moment and then we were in captivating form. Everything was going well for us. But Barca is much stronger now this year than 2 years ago. Laporta is the right president to return Barca to where it should be. And I expect an even game, a balanced game, of course. I expect a win, but I expect a very close match, the president of Bayern said. Hainer also spoke about Robert Lewandowski leaving Bayern Munich for Barcelona this summer and insisted that there was no ill will between the German champions and the ace goal scorer. He said, that is already a thing of the past. Everything is fine between Robert Lewandowski and FC Bayern. We have talked and everything is fine. We are looking forward, he said. He also added that he hopes that fans give him a proper welcome when the Pole returns to the Allianz Arena tomorrow. He said, I hope, and that is my great wish, that people are nice to Robert and that he has a friendly welcome because he played 8 years with us, scored a lot of goals and decided a lot of games. And we won all the big titles. And in the end, everyone got what they wanted. Robert was able to go to Barcelona. Barcelona are happy to have Robert Lewandowski and we have money to invest in our future. Everyone should feel comfortable and I hope that our fans will welcome him. When asked who he thought are the favorites to win the Champions League this season, Hainer said there were several teams capable of doing it and named Barcelona as a contender as well. He said, you always have to count on Real Madrid and then unusual suspects Man City, Liverpool, PSG and Bayern. In addition, Barca has once again formed a very interesting team. You always have to keep an eye on Barca, he said. Great words there from the president of Bayern Munich, I must admit. Great game tomorrow against Bayern and everybody is looking forward to it. Earlier, that was yesterday, the sporting director of Bayern also spoke about the game for tomorrow. And all of them speaking about Robert Lewandowski, and I love the fact that the management is trying to urge the Bayern fans not to boo Lewandowski, but they should give him the respect because what he have done for the club, it will be hard to see any player doing that for them. So he deserves all the respect. He's a legend there without any shadow of a doubt, being the top goal scorer there over Gerd Müller. So I really love the fact that the president and the sporting director have already made it clear that Lewandowski should be respected when Barcelona visit the Allianz Arena tomorrow. What a game that will be, considering the form that FC Barcelona are currently in. the fact that Bayern have dealt with us in the past when it comes to the head-to-head record. We have really suffered against Bayern, but I don't think there's anybody out there who thinks that this time around playing against Bayern will be like a lost contest already. Even the president of Bayern, I like the fact that he was so honest with his statement, saying that even though he expects his teams to win, because he's the president, of course he wants Bayern to win. But this time, the way he sees it is the fact that Barca will be, Barca will come up with a fight. Barca will disturb them. It will not be an easy encounter like the one in, I think, is it Lisbon? The one 8-2, the 8-2-1 Champions League 2 years ago. It's going to be a tight encounter, and the president admitted that. Even last year, we were quite outclassed by Bayern, 3-0, 6-0 aggregate in 2 games, right? So I don't think the Bayern will think that they can just beat us anyhow like they did 2 years ago and even last year. So interesting, really interesting to see how this is going to look like. Very, very interesting. But I think we are going to play well. Even if we lost, but I think we'll lose this time around with a fight, not just losing and lacking ideas and battered like little children in the field. So interesting to see how things are going to look like. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, Ricky Puig has started off in a spectacular fashion in the MLS. The midfielder signed for the LA Galaxy for 3 seasons and debuted on August 20, coming on against Seattle in the 62nd minute. He has started in 4 games after that and has scored 2 goals and 1 assist. He played 90 minutes on Saturday night against Nashville and took a penalty which he netted before Chicharito had missed one. Ricky's first goal against Toronto was a golazo, and he has definitely hit the ground running. The game against Nashville saw him create 3 chances with 92% pass accuracy and 4 out of 5 dribbles completed. Ricky Puig is having a great time at the MLS, of course leaving Barcelona after some years of struggles and of course frustration on the bench throughout. No manager have ever got his time, and it was the best time for him to leave. After proposed loan spell, Barca decided to sell him on a permanent basis. Of course, Ricky Puig, I'm so happy that he's doing well there, and it's really great to see him progressing there, and I wish he succeeds there. It was even a surprise in the first place that Ricky Puig decided to go to the United States of America to further his career there. And when you look at, he's just 23 years of age, and most players at that age still remain in Europe to play and shine, because in European football we get to see him more frequently than going out of Europe. But it was strange enough to see him leaving out of Europe to play for the MLS, because the MLS is quietly known for urgent players, retired players, and so on and stuff like that. But all good enough. The fact that he's having the game time that he was looking for all his time at FC Barcelona, he can now get the free, the playing time that he needs, and it's just so amazing to see him playing the way he's playing and giving joy to fan faces. Of course, he has been the fan favorite for the longest time at the Camp Nou, but it was just unfortunate that no manager from Xavi, Koeman, nobody have really fancied him. And looking at the kind of midfielder we have, with the talents that we have in Pablo Gavi, in Pedri Gonzalez, it's difficult to see him break through and be a starting player. So interesting to see that he's doing well there. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.